Let's speak to Dr. Ekuru Aukot, the party leader of Third Way Alliance, who has had this proposal, and maybe for the benefit of the viewers. First of all, Karibu Sana, and thank you for joining us. Maybe for the benefit of the viewer to understand what Dr. Ekuru Aukot is proposing, I just want to go through those proposals that you are proposing to change, or rather to have amendments to the Constitution. And first of all, you're calling it Punguza Mzigo, that's the hashtag. And first of all, you want to reduce the cost of running Parliament from the current 36.8 billion shillings to 5 billion shillings per annum. And then number two, you want to address the overrepresentation by reducing the number of members of Parliament from the current 416. I believe that you have done the calculation of 349 plus 68. Does it end up at 460?
416
actually goes to 417.
Well, it should be okay, yeah.
Actually, that is if you include all the speakers.
The speakers, but the elected representatives.
Yes. So you want to reduce that to 194. How exactly do you want to do that?
I'll do the formula. I'll share with you the formula. But actually, we are now revising it downwards from 194 to 147 maximum.
How do you do that?
Basically, the formula is simple. We are abolishing the 290 constituencies. We are adopting the counties as constituencies for purpose of election into the county assembly, national assembly and the Senate. Right. So we want one woman, one man to be elected from each of the 47 counties. That is 94 elected parliamentarians. And then we are proposing to add 6 special interest seats. So that will determine whether it will represent the smallest of the minority communities in this country. For example, the El Chamus community in this country has had a judgment in their favor since 2003 that says that they deserve a constituency while in Baringo. They have never been given that opportunity. So already we have a judgment of the High Court of Kenya that says this community is so marginalized, they will never be able to be elected. So there's 6 special interest groups will represent perhaps people like El Chamus, maybe the Makonde, maybe a youth, maybe a person with disability. Right. We don't know yet, but we'll figure out exactly the figure. So that makes the National Assembly a maximum of 100 elected representatives. Then we are proposing now, and the debate is still raging from the comments we are getting, to elect just one senator from all the 47 counties. Right. That makes our parliament a total of 147. Initially, we had wanted, because of equality also between men and women, to elect one woman, one man into the Senate. So you don't mind if the Senate does not have the gender equality of at least a third of either gender? Well, it's a debate we are still having, but I think for us, the proposal was we could still elect one man, one woman for Senate, one man, one woman for National Assembly. That was going to make our proposal 194 maximum. Either way, whether we go 147 or 194, it will still reduce the cost of running Parliament from current 36.8 billion to 5 billion annually.
Right.
Okay? And then it will also address the question of gender equality in elections. The proposal goes further. It's not just about representation. It goes further to propose that let's also increase more allocation to the counties, from the current 15% to 35%. Right. Okay? So that we need to see more money going to the counties. And with more money going to the counties, the proposal, Punguza Mzigo also says, let's use the ward as the unit of development. So that in every ward of Kenya, we want to see schools, we want to see hospitals, we want to see roads, we want to see, everything. I mean, we want to see good roads.
Is this 35% like it is currently of ordinary revenues, or it's of the budget?
Of the budget, because of what is being sent to the country. What is being sent to the country right now is 15%. That's according to the Constitution, at least 15%. So we are proposing to increase it. But the fact
is, if ordinary revenues are about 1 trillion, 1.1 or thereabout,
1.4.
Yes, what KRA collects, then 15%.
No, we go by the audited accounts of the last, the most recent audited accounts, which is 2016-2017 financial year, which is 1.4 trillion.
1.4 trillion.
Exactly.
And for the previous term, a financial year, we had about more than 320 billion shillings. So if you do quick calculation, that's already more than 15%.
Yes.
So how do you think changing it to 35 is going to really improve matters? Don't you think this should be progressive instead of just...
You see, Sam, the people of Kenya are in the counties. The people of Kenya are in the wards. In fact, if you recall back our campaign of 2017, we had even proposed 50% allocation to the counties. What's wrong with that? After all, if you deconstruct the country we call Kenya, I mean, you find the people of Kenya at the ward levels. So those are the people who need services. Those are the people who must make decisions about what they want for this country. Right. So let's not shy away from even saying, let even 80% go to the counties of Kenya. I mean, we are saying progressively, because of factors of absorption and stuff, that's why we're saying at least 35%. We are not resting at only 35%. If we truly want to develop this country, if we truly want to equalize Kenya, then let's not shy away from dividing the national cake.
We'll get back to that debate about allocation, but let me take you first of all to the level of representation.
But listen, before we go to the level of representation, can I at least finish the reasons why Punguza Mizigo? We have said about overrepresentation is a problem, the cost is a problem. We are addressing gender equality in this Punguza Mizigo. Sure. We are also saying let the Senate be a truly upper house with veto power. So that when parliamentarians, National Assembly, for example, makes the kind of mistakes that they made this year, starting from the Division of Revenue Bill number 7 of 2018, which divided revenue based on the 2013-2014 financial year, which was a collection of 937 billion Kenya shillings, then the Senate can be able to tell parliamentarians, excuse me, that's a bad law. It's unconstitutional. Or when parliamentarians, for example, reject a report saying that there could be mercury in the sugar, then Senate can actually veto that. And I think that is what Punguza Mizigo is all about. It's not just about representation. And in any case, Sam, let me pose the question here, and I hope Kenyans can comment on it. Was there any resource allocation based on representation, based on counties, based on the number of MPs? Absolutely not. And I think this is the time we really need to revisit the question of the cost of implementing our own constitution. After all, President Uhuru Kenyatta himself admitted in his State of the Nation address on the 14th of September that actually representation is costing us so much. Okay? So let's face it. And that's why, for me, having sat in the committee of experts, as a member of the committee of experts, we realize that constitution making is a negotiation. But as responsible drafters of the Constitution, we also built in the Constitution mechanisms on how you can actually rectify the Constitution. And that's from Article 255 to 56, all through to 257.
And you think this is the time?
This is the time.